Hi everyone, good evening. Here we are again, the fourth Instagram live in the series of women and empowerment. I'm so happy to be here. Last week, Tina from Koestering and myself, we had such a nice conversation about her profession and about the subject and everything in between. If you missed us, no worries, you can still watch it on my page. It is still there. For the viewers checking in, hi, I see you all coming in. If you have any questions during the live, feel free to leave them in the comment box below. Naza and myself, we will gladly talk about it. Now today we are going all the way to Vancouver. So I am so excited, really excited to go live with this girl. She's Naza Nalani. I actually have to call her Dr. Naza Nalani because she has a PhD in cognitive neuroscience. And this girl is on a mission to help like-minded people build self-growth and tap into their power. And she knows everything about the human brain, law of attraction, and all those other things. She's also the creator of the Intentional Dreamers program. But let's see if we can get her online. I'm sure she will love to talk about it and to introduce her own program. Let's see. Everything is going well. Hey!
Hello.
Oh, how
Hi.
are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I am just so happy to be here with you.
Yeah, me too. It's such an honor to go live with you. It's like, wow. It's
Oh, I feel the same.
nice.
I feel the same. And I love that you're all the way on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And I'm in Canada.
Yeah, what's the time now at your place? It's still morning, no?
Yes, it's 11 a.m. here in Vancouver. What
Or
time is it for you? 8 p.m., right?
8 p.m. Yeah, we're 8 p.m.
Yeah.
already. So yeah, I'm so happy. I gave a quick introduction. I told people who you are, what you do. I spoke a little bit about the Intentional Dreamer program, but you can explain it much better than I can. So I will give the word to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to get my camera adjusted here. Yes, so first of all, I am just so honored to be here. And thank you for that beautiful introduction. As you mentioned, my name is Dr. Naza Nalani, and my passion is to help anyone and everyone around the world tap into their unlimited potential. The beautiful thing is we all have so much inside of us, and anything that we want, any goals and dreams that we have, it's all possible. It's just about knowing how to train your brain and knowing how to work with the energy of the universe. And if you can combine those two things, whew, Selina, let me tell you, you will become unstoppable.
Right. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I know a little bit about the law of attraction. I've been following your work and I'm a huge fan. The things that you're doing, you inspire people. You're so radiant as well. So I really, really love what you're doing. And you also created a program, the Intentional Dreamer program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, I would love to. I just want to double check. Can you hear me okay? And
I
everything's
can
all
hear
right?
you, and if I see the audience is coming in and the reactions, I think great energy. They're already complimenting us, so I think they can hear and see us properly. So yeah,
Perfect. Oh,
up and
yeah, I
running.
see that. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for your kind comments. Yes, so Intentional Dreamers is my passion project. It is an 8-week program where I take a group of people live each week through basically learning how to do what I just mentioned, how to train your brain and also work with the energy of the universe. And we go over things like finding self-love and self-worth, because often we don't love ourselves enough. And so even if we achieve what we want, we end up self-sabotaging. So we talk about how to get over those blocks. We talk about how to let go and trust the universe. We talk about how to strategically set up certain systems in your life so you stop procrastinating. I know a lot of us have trouble with that. So it's an all-encompassing program that allows us to go from point A to point B in terms of getting really clear on what it is we want in our lives and exactly the steps to take for how to get there.
Wow, that's really awesome. And it's 8 weeks, and then you have a change in your mind shift as well, I assume, and you have the tools to work with. That's really awesome. So everybody who's watching us right now or afterwards, they can just go to your page, send you a direct message, or go to your website, I assume, and they can subscribe. Or the program, when does it start? Is there a new one starting?
Yes, yes. There will be registration will open mid-September, and there will be a new one that we will start beginning of October, and it'll run through October, November. Get us nice and ready for the holidays, and then there'll be another round coming next year, of course, too. But I can't believe the results that we're getting. It's so amazing. I just finished a round with a group of amazing people, and oh my goodness, Selena, in the 8 weeks, one of the members, she was completely single for a whole year and she really wanted to manifest love and she
Oh,
was having a hard time. Within 3 weeks, she found someone she's head over heels with, her soulmate. They're already saying I love you after 3 weeks. Another one of our members, she she hit her first 5-figure month in her business and made tens of thousands of dollars in 1 month in her business. Another one of our members got their dream guest on their podcast. They were able to manifest that into their life. So amazing results, and it's just so fun to see everyone just achieving what they really want.
yeah, I can imagine. It gives you a happy, pleasant feeling as well. Just explaining and giving tips and tricks and see it happening in real life. I think it's very, very cool. So how big is a group that you're working with? It's a small group, or how many people are in it?
Yeah, so it's actually unlimited because so we do it on Zoom. So each week we go live and we go on Zoom, but I am very selective of who is able to join. So I will leave a link in my bios if anyone is interested in learning more. You can go to the page and learn more. Click on the link in my bio and click Intentional Dreamers. And then come mid-September, there will be an application because like I said, I'm very selective because I want to make sure it's people who are in the right mindset and they're ready to unlock their potential. Because to
Exactly.
be honest, when you do this, it comes with a lot of power. And
Mhm.
not everyone is ready to handle that kind of power. You have to make
Oh,
sure you're in the right kind of mindset to be able to do that. So,
okay.
yes, I will leave all of the information for everybody.
Okay, awesome. So everybody, Naza, go to her page, check the link, check in her bio and her website. If you have any questions, you can also leave them, send her a direct message. If you have like any questions right now about everything that Naza just explained, the program or the work that she's doing, or about this topic, women and empowerment, do leave them in the comment and we will, yeah, talk about it. So let's dive in the subject. Women and empowerment. If I speak to you about this subject, what does it mean for you?
Oh my goodness, this is such a wonderful subject, and I would love to say thank you to you for creating this series. I think it's so beautiful that you are collecting the ideas of women from all over the world and sharing them on your platform. So you you are an example of women empowerment right in front of me, your beautiful face and your strong power. So for me, women empowerment means actually three things. The first, it means to know your self-worth and your value.
Mhm.
And this actually can go for women and men, everybody. But in general, to feel empowered means to know deep within yourself who you are authentically and love that person.
Yeah.
Number two is to unapologetically go after your goals and dreams.
Oh, I love.
Have no reservations about believing you deserve them and no reservations about going after them. And number three, Empowerment to me means taking advantage of every opportunity we're given. So I studied and earned my PhD in cognitive neuroscience.
Mm-hmm.
Just over 100 years ago, I wouldn't have been allowed to go to
Yeah.
school.
No, exactly.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
If I had just happened to be born at a different time, I would have never had that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So being aware and recognizing of the amazing advantages we have today. I'm not saying today's not hard. There are difficult things about life today for sure, but we have so much available to us. So empowerment means taking advantage of that.
Exactly. And I think it's very beautiful what you're saying, taking the advantage and being aware of that as well, because we are now 2020. You are in Vancouver, me, I'm here in Belgium. We have the privilege, let's say the privilege, and we have those opportunities. But nowadays, there are still places on this planet where women don't have the opportunity to take advantage and become who they are. So if we speak about equality, that's also a very big and important issue, I think, in this matter. But women and empowerment as well, you think self-confidence, self-worth. So combining with the work and the work field that you're doing, you can be taught to be more empowered by other women, and you can find it in yourself as well. Or what's your opinion about that?
Oh, I love that you asked this question because this is actually, we spend a whole week on this in Intentional Dreamers in my program,
Okay.
where we talk about surrounding yourself with models of success. Models of success are so important because of the way the brain works, actually. In our brain, we have certain cells, they're called mirror neurons,
Yeah.
and they're exactly what they sound like. When I, for example, am doing something simple like, let's say, writing something, right? There's certain brain cells in my brain that activate as I'm writing, telling my hand to do that motion. But here's the crazy thing, Selina. If you are writing, my brain is activated as if I'm writing.
Yeah, that's indeed. Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird.
And there's a different part of the brain that tells this part, oh, it's not you, it's her writing.
That's crazy.
There's an actual, yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So there's actually an aspect of our brain that doesn't recognize when it's me or it's you doing something. So by surrounding ourselves with strong, powerful women and strong, powerful people who we want to succeed in the way that they're succeeding. We admire them, we respect them, and they have the type of energy, that positive, radiant energy that we want in our own lives. We will naturally start to become like them because of the mirror neurons. We don't even have to do anything, just spend time with them.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. It's also a part of the law of attraction. You can trick your brain because it doesn't know whether it's now or tomorrow. So you can you can train your brain and you can feed it with your mindset. So that's indeed so interesting and so cool. Once you master it, I think you can do a lot of amazing things. I saw one question coming in. I'm going to go back up before. Let's see. I just want to manifest someone I love. I follow the videos, but still nothing is happening. Please help me out. Is there something, a tip you can give her, or maybe you can talk about it in private? I don't know how you feel about this question. If there's something you want to share with her.
For sure, for sure. So actually, this flows beautifully from what we just spoke about. And first of all, I want to say thank you for following my videos. If anyone else is interested, I have a YouTube channel, and you can find that. I'll link it in my bio too. You can click the link and go to the YouTube channel. So when it comes to manifesting love, the number one thing we need to do is to raise our own vibration, our own energy to the vibration of love. So if we're having a hard time manifesting love, it's probably because we are resonating at a vibration or frequency lower on the vibrational frequency scale. And I have a video all about that, so I recommend checking that out. I won't go into too much detail about the vibrational frequency scale because I could talk about it for hours. But basically, there's different emotions, and the emotions actually resonate, the energy in our body resonates at different frequencies. And because of the law of attraction, the energy we're resonating at is what we attract or bring into our life.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we're able to raise our vibration to the energy of love, then attracting love is easier. But what's the easiest way to raise your vibration to love?
To
Self-love,
just love yourself.
actually.
And just,
Self-love.
yeah,
Yeah. And
very personally,
I'm
I think
sure,
self-love, and you start with that vibration. It starts inside out. The moment you love yourself, you will send that vibe out as well, and you will attract that kind of vibe. It will come back to you, or that's my belief, with everything actually. So with love, I assume it's the same.
yeah, yes, exactly. And let me ask you a question, Selina, and everyone watching, answer. Do you like your own posts?
Oh my.
Do
uh, let,
you?
let's just keep it for 1 minute. I want to see the viewers where how they will react. So do you like your own posts? That is the question. Feel free to leave a short yes, no, or whatever in the comment. um let's just see what happens. We received an awesome question. I loved the question that we received. It is, how do I trust the universe? And talking about everything going, the law of attraction, your vibrations, and attracting. Um, how do you trust the universe? Oh, I see one answer already coming in. Yes, yes. Okay, there's somebody who's liking their own post. I love our post, but you mean, do we click the like button? Is that what you mean? If you like your own post? Yeah, that's a
Yes.
little bit the
Do
question.
you outwardly show, exactly, do you outwardly show the world that you love yourself by liking your own posts, by actually clicking the heart and
Uh,
giving yourself the heart? I am always the very first person to like every single one of my own Instagram posts, my own YouTube videos, my own Facebook posts, because I want to show the universe I love myself.
oh,
And that raises my frequency of love.
but we have here the
But
answer.
it's really sad.
Yeah, but
Hmm?
yeah, obvious. It's our thing. We love it. Lovely question, but never thought about it. I would answer no, because I posted it, so I love it. Yeah, because you posted it, it's a natural feeling like I love them. I don't have to really like them. Oh, not always, but I will now. So you inspired people. Sometimes you have a
Yes.
good point. Oh, good one. So I think a lot of people who are watching now will start liking their own posts. But so it's your way to say to the universe, I love my work and I stand 200% behind everything that I post.
Yes, exactly. And it's really sad because in our society, we have this worry that people will think, oh, she's liking her own post. She's conceited. She's obsessed with herself. She's
Yeah.
not humble. And especially as a woman, this is very dangerous. We need to become empowered and we need to know that it's okay to love ourselves and outwardly express that self love. It's not enough to love yourself at home by yourself.
No.
That's a great place to start. But when we can show the world and the universe, hey, I'm amazing,
Yeah.
and I want to show everyone that I truly believe in myself, what that will do is that will attract that type of energy back to you.
Oh, wow. Lacey's, hi, good evening. She's a good friend of mine. We did our very first live. She's answering. Great point. This also means that we are in alignment with the message. That's also very true. Exactly. And somebody else, yes, girl live. I will go to my posts right now and like them all.
Yes, that's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that.
All right. So, how do we trust the universe? Because it's one thing to start in yourself and say, okay, I want to find the love of my life. I want to create self love in myself so I can attract it. But you also have to have the right amount of confidence to send a vibe out there. And I think also letting it go, because you cannot control everything that's going on. And I think the moment you start controlling things, it won't happen anyway. So how do we trust the universe?
Yes, yes. I love this question too. And It's actually a really tough question. So that's why in Intentional Dreamers, we spend a whole week just on this topic, because learning to let go and trust universe and even trust yourself is not always the easiest thing.
No.
But one really helpful tip I can share with everyone watching today is to look back and recognize all of the times when something bad happened. You feel like it was bad at the time,
Mhm.
but looking back now, you realize it was amazing that it happened. It was one of the best blessings ever. And create what I call an evidence journal. So you create a journal that actually step by step outlines all of the times that things have worked out for you. So you can, for example, write about something where you thought it was bad luck, but it
Mhm.
actually protected you from worse luck. Or you thought
Yeah,
it was bad luck, but it turned out to be good luck. And an
exactly.
example for me is I forever dreamed of living in Vancouver. I actually lived and grew up on the other side of Canada near Toronto. And I wanted to go to school in Vancouver. I wanted to study my PhD in Vancouver.
Mhm.
There's a test you have to take, an entrance exam,
Mhm.
and I had a really bad panic attack during that test. And I failed. I failed miserably.
Oh.
And I didn't get into the school.
Mhm.
And I was crushed. I was devastated. I thought, this is what I want. I'm manifesting it. Why am I not getting it? And what happened, this is so crazy. One of my good friends got into the school, the same program with the same supervisor I was supposed to. And it was such a horrible, bad experience. She had to drop out of school.
Oh no. Wow.
I was protected from that. And I didn't even realize it until 1 year later.
Oh,
So think back and see if there's any times in your life where things worked out in this way. Do you have any things like that for you, Selina?
well, yeah, actually, now, yeah, we call it sometimes a door closes and another one opens, and you feel like all what's happening, what's going on, why. And I had it actually with my previous job. I was struggling in between. I worked in a financial company. I was a direct sales manager. And on the side, I did my coaching, life coaching. I studied psychology, and I wanted to work more with people, not be present in a man's world and being all rational. I just wanted to be like the coaching thing, the thing that I'm doing now, because that's my passion. And one day, yeah, before COVID, I got fired, and I was like completely in shock, like what happened and why and how, and you know, everything started, yeah, with the COVID, and we have to lay down people, and I was kind of worried, like what am I to do right now, because that was my certainty, that was my balance, that was everything. And after a while, when I thought about it, I had something, okay, maybe this is the universe telling me now is the right moment to focus on what you want to do. Also, with the COVID thing, now is the moment. You're here, you're in a lockdown. Use this opportunity and just focus on your passion, on what makes your heart sing, and just go for it. And that is exactly what I did. And if I see now on the past 4 months, if I look back, it was amazing. It really was amazing. The people I met, the workshops, the community groups I entered, and people I meet weekly. Even we met during that period of time. So it is like, yeah, it's so amazing. And I understand completely what you're saying. Sometimes you're in such a moment and you think like, what is happening? But then afterwards, when you look back, it's like, oh, the universe was actually protecting me or giving me a direction where to go to. So I fully understand what you're saying. Let's see, I have some comments as well. Sakshi she's saying, nice to see you back, Naza. That's for sure. I missed you on Instagram as well. So I'm also very happy that you're back. And she's
I
saying,
missed all of you too. Thank you.
yeah. I do this every time. It works great. I'm not quite sure what you're meaning right now. Maybe you can leave it in a comment. Yeah, and then my dear friend Hannah, she's saying, so true, Selina. I love the transformation you went through and seeing you spark. Oh, thank you very much.
Aw.
So nice. So trusting ourselves, not only the universe, where do I start? Can you give like, you don't have to explain everything because otherwise people won't join the program anymore. I understand that one. But if you can give like one or two practical tips, like do this on a daily basis or start here, what would you recommend?
Yeah, for sure. So the number one thing to do is to take a few moments, even today, right now, after you're finished watching this with us, open the notes app on your phone or take a pen and paper and think about at least 3 times when in the past you felt like you had bad luck, but it actually turned out into something really great. So in the future, when you're currently in that moment and you feel like, oh, things are not working out, I feel so stressed, what's happening? Why is this bad stuff happening to me? That's when you're going to go back and open that page and reread it. Because in the moment, it's so hard to see clearly because we're flooded with this fear and these worries. But we already have this page where we listed all of the times that the universe has supported us, we have supported ourselves, and that will bring back the confidence and help us get through that currently tough moment.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a beautiful one. Yeah, in the heat of the moment, you forget all those things and you're too emotional to react or to see things clear. So I really love that. Brings me also, I know you're a huge fan of that as well, to the theme about journaling and stuff like that. If we speak about empowering and attracting the life we desire to live, is journaling something you would recommend?
Oh, yes, 100%. Journaling is really powerful because it's actually a form of scripting, and I'm working on a scripting video for my YouTube channel. But to summarize really quick, scripting is basically where you journal, but you write out exactly step by step what you are manifesting or what your dream is or what your goals are. And this does 2 things. One, it allows your brain to stay focused on what it is you want currently, and therefore it makes you more aware when opportunities in your life come in front of you. And the second thing it does is it allows the universe to know what you're going after, and it helps you get really clear on what it is you want, and it attracts it into your life so much faster. So I'll give you a really interesting example. When I first launched my business and I started Vibrant Minds a few months ago, and I wanted to reach out and connect with more people. I really wanted to do some live interviews like this or get on a podcast. And I was trying and trying, and it wasn't working until I wrote it out in my journal. And I actually also made a manifestation jar. A manifestation jar is basically a jar where you put in your current manifestation and you surround it with the energy of things that support that goal. I have a video all about it on my YouTube channel, so go check that out if anyone is interested. So doing these 2 things, scripting in my journal and making the jar, within 24 hours, I was on Facebook, and all of a sudden, you know, on the side, how things pop up, something popped up and said, "Would you like to be a guest on a podcast?"
Yeah, guys.
I was like, thank you, universe. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
So I had been trying for weeks and had no success. Within 24 hours of doing this, this happened. I clicked that, and within 3 days, I had 10 podcast interviews lined up.
Wow, 10.
Crazy.
I saw your story on Instagram that you were like completely excited, like the manifestation jar and everything, and it happened, and I got asked, and it was like, wow. I saw you like very exciting. But that is actually how it works. Indeed, just write a script and manifest about it. And if we speak about journaling, you can write your script, but do you have like also, is there a difference in journaling? Is there only writing your script, or is there other stuff you can do with journaling as well?
Oh my goodness, there's hundreds of journaling techniques you can use, and scripting is one of them. One of my other favorites is called stream of consciousness journaling. I've spoken about this before on my Instagram. I think I have an IGTV about it, but basically what stream of consciousness journaling is, is a brain dump. It's a way for you to just get out everything you're currently thinking.
Yeah.
And it's really helpful if you ever feel anxious or worried or afraid or even sad, any emotion that you feel kind of stuck in. Because what it does is by putting the words onto the paper, yeah, I love your hand motion. That's
Yeah.
exactly what happens. You release, you release, and it just gets it all out. And the thing with stream of consciousness journaling is you start with, right now I feel, dot, 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 and
Exactly.
then you just let your hand write. You don't think about it. And if you get stuck, you literally just write the words, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know what to
fun.
write. I don't know what to write. Over and over and over. And I promise something else will come. So just keep repeating that and just keep writing. And it's helpful to set a timer for this. So I like to set
Yeah.
5 minutes or 10 minutes. And you just let yourself write until the timer goes off.
Yeah, I journal every day. I try to do it every day because sometimes during the day things, yeah, shift. And I set a timer 10 minutes a day. And I'm also trying to learn my son how to journal. And we do it that like just let it flow, let it come. But he's like only writing, this is boring, this is boring, this is boring. So I'm trying to find a different approach in this because I assume this is boring. Writing for 5 or 10 minutes isn't going to help him in any case. But yeah, we're trying to do it together. But I don't know what to write. Maybe that's a good one. I will discuss it with him tomorrow. I saw Axel is also live. I discovered the last 3 weeks that manifestation works so good. Yeah, it truly, truly does. We received another question. How can I feel more confident about posting things online and dealing with hate? And then online hate, I assume. First of all, that's a terrible thing. I think it is really bullying online and those things. I think it's not cool at all. So unfortunate to hear that.
Yeah, so I don't know what to say also. It's really sad, but there's two things to remember when it comes to online hate. Number one, hurt people hurt people.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
whoever is, being a bully online, saying negative things, putting you down for putting something beautiful out there, right? You spent the time and the effort and put in the energy to create a post, maybe a picture on Instagram or a video on YouTube or a TikTok or whatever it is.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then somebody just comes along and trashes on it. That's because of their own pain. So that's the
Mhm.
number one thing to remember. And number two, surround yourself with people in your life who truly know you and whose opinion actually matters to you. And this is what I found the most helpful. And I can so relate to this question because I'm not sure why it is. Instagram seems to be mostly a positive place. People are kind and supportive, and I haven't had too much hate.
Mhm.
Facebook, not too bad either. YouTube, oh my goodness, I don't know why, but people are vicious or can be vicious on YouTube.
Oh,
And
wow.
also, I'm not on TikTok, but I've heard TikTok can be very vicious as well.
Oh, wow.
So if anyone has experienced that, let us know in the comments. But
Yeah.
in these cases, or in any case, if you ever experience some sort of negativity about what you're posting online, just first of all, delete the comment.
Yeah.
You don't need to spend even a second of your energy on it. And then refer back to the people in your life who support you. So when I started posting YouTube videos and I started to receive that negative, negativity and that hate and things like that, I almost decided to quit. I got so down. It really, really hurt me. And it was because of the people in my life who know me and who respect me and who I respect. Because of their opinions and their support, I was able to get through it.
Oh,
So
wow.
just remember that there are people out there who are going to hurt, but it's because they're in pain. And
Hmm.
lean on the people in your life who truly care about you.
Yeah, that's nicely said. don't even, sometimes you have the idea, let's react on it, let's just react on a comment that people leave because maybe it will help them change their point of view. But that's also a mistake. Don't react, don't respond. And it's like you're saying, just delete a message. Don't waste your time and your energy on it. I saw some yeses coming in so people can resonate with it. And apparently Twitter as well is also very vicious. So
Oh,
that's not nice. I must leave early, but hope I can watch back. Yeah, we will post. I will post this video, this live, on my page, so you can watch it, and I will send a link to you as well. So I'm sure you can watch it on Naza, her page as well. Yeah, don't pay attention or put in energy. Let's see, surrounding yourself with love and support should also come from the household you are in. If parents are in low vibration, then it influences you and it prevents you from functioning as your best self. That's so true. That's indeed so true. And it's very hard when you are brought up in a family that didn't have the same vibration to come out of it and to gain your self-worth and your self-trust and building that one. That's for sure. I laugh out at such people. They invest time on me. You know, they come on my post. I don't invest time. No, that's the unfortunate part because you spend a lot of energy and time in making YouTube videos, in posting your content online, and it's so it's such a pity. But it says so much more about them than about yourself. If we go back to the subject as well, women and empowerment, being a woman and empowering other women, how do you see that? And also with the line of work that you're doing?
oh my goodness. So my background in academia while I was getting my PhD, and then I worked as a professor and a dean for many, many years. It was so interesting to be a woman in that field because women are quite underrepresented in that field. And that's slowly starting to change, but there are many more men with PhDs historically than females. And I was just so lucky. And again, this goes back to that story I just told you about. So I didn't get into the PhD program in Vancouver. I got into a different PhD program. And actually, I ended up with the best supervisor, this strong, powerful woman who took no BS from anybody, and she was at the top of her field. Yeah, and I was so lucky because I got to learn from her through my mirror neurons by watching her and just being around her and everything she taught me. I'm so grateful for. So, I'm very grateful for that. And of course, I'm very grateful for strong women in my life like my mother. And yeah, she has just been such an amazing role model. She has always taught me that you can do anything. It doesn't matter what gender you are. That has nothing to do with it. So I'm grateful for that.
Wow, that's so important to get that message, and at a very young age that you can be and become whoever you decide or want to be. That's really, yeah, that's so powerful. How did you experience it for yourself growing up, becoming from girl to a woman? That's a huge shift. And in the puberty phase and everything, things are going back and forward. You're not a kid anymore. You're not a woman yet. And everything is so unsure. How was it for you to experience that part?
That, yes, that was really, that's a difficult time. And actually, research shows that the most stressful period of your life is between, can you guess which ages?
Yeah, it is in puberty, I guess. Let's say between 11 and 15, something like that.
It's a good guess, but actually, it's 18 to 33.
No, seriously?
18 to 33 are the most stressful years of a person's life, according to research. So if you're in that stage, don't worry. Not all hope is lost. But I am 35 now, and I can definitely tell you I am so much more happy, confident, believe in
Yeah,
myself more in my 30s than I ever was in my 20s or in my teens.
so true.
So
That's Sure.
going
Yeah.
back, yeah. So going back, and you and I were chatting earlier, and you asked a really interesting question. What would you give your teenage self as advice?
Hmm. Hmm.
And the best advice I would have is actually goes back to what I started with earlier today when you asked me about women empowerment. Know your worth. And number two, don't be afraid to ask for what you deserve.
Oh,
And this has been such a huge lesson for me because all of my life I just went along with everything. And I thought society will just take care of me.
oh
No,
yeah. Yeah. No, but it isn't.
no.
No.
When I first graduated school and I went and I got my first big girl job at a university, and I loved my job and I was teaching and it was wonderful. And I thought I was getting a good salary. 2 months in, I was speaking to a male colleague and I found out he was making double. I was, Selena, double. And I was actually more qualified. He
Yeah.
had, I can't remember, I think he had a master's degree and I had a PhD.
Oh my.
So I asked him, he was a friend of mine. So I asked him, how are you making so much more? Guess what his answer was?
Because he was a man and you're not, probably.
No, it
No.
wasn't. It was because he asked.
Because he asked. He
That's
simply,
it.
okay, that's a huge,
Because he asked. But in our societies, males are often taught from a young age
you
to
have.
be more assertive, be more confident, to ask for what you deserve. And females are not often taught that or trained to do that. So I got the job, they offered me a salary, and I said, sure.
Yeah, you were
I didn't know
excited.
any
You
better.
were happy, like, yeah, it's your first job, and you think like, wow, yeah, you're excited, and you don't second guess. You just accept the offer, and that's indeed a huge difference between male and female. But it's also part of our education. A boy, he can speak up, he can be more assertive, but a girl, it's like sit, do this, do that, be more silent, don't talk too much, don't be too loud, don't be too outgoing, just be a girl, just be nice. And that's a huge difference indeed in the way we are brought up. That's for sure. But yeah, then you see the equality nowadays, it isn't that equal. And if you think it's only about asking, that's actually kind of crazy and sad at the same time. So, are there other parts that you experience that the equality isn't in line?
Well, actually, I am so lucky, and I can say I've been so blessed because I have never really experienced any discrimination because of my gender. I have because of my race. I'm Middle Eastern and I grew up in Canada, and I definitely have experienced discrimination because of that, but
Mhm.
never because of my gender. And I know it's not the same everywhere. And I think I just got really lucky with that.
Yeah.
But I have seen it. I have for sure seen it. And I have seen what I have seen more than anything, I guess, throughout my life and through my academic career is females taking on male energy in order to succeed, in order to get ahead. And so many of my friends and women who are super successful are miserable because they're not living authentically, because
Mhm.
they've had to adopt this assertive male energy because they feel like that's what they have to do to compete with the males in the workplace.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is not the case, though. You can succeed as a female being authentically yourself with your beautiful feminine energy, and you can contribute in a way that others can't who don't have that type of energy. So I love your message. I love that you are always talking about authenticity, Selena, because that is the key. Be true to who you are. Know that who you are is amazing
Mhm.
and wonderful and magical, and ask for your worth.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful message indeed to say to your younger self. And also when you say the more vulnerable and in the more chaotic period of your life between 18 and 33, if you look right now, I worked in a men's world and I was above 33, thank God for that. Because that's a huge shift. When you're younger, you will adapt more, and then you will turn into a woman that will take the male energy. But now I had something like, okay, I have the coaching aside, and it kept me kind of in balance, you know. At work, I had to be rational, but keeping your feminine energy in a man's world, that's really a tough job, actually, because you want to, and every morning you start with, okay, I am a woman and I want to be authentic myself and I want to do my job and I just want to, I love my job. But sometimes people approach me, not because of my qualities, but because the way I looked and the way I spoke, because I was a woman. And those things are really different. And very hard and very difficult. Do you have any tips or tricks that you say, like, I would try to do this, or I would try to keep your feminine side and your authenticity even in a man's world? Yeah, Hannah, she's saying so true. She recognized she's also working the majority of the time in a man's world. So it's very difficult, I think, to keep your feminine energy in such an environment. How would you cope with that?
Yeah, I think the best thing that I've learned over the years is to find a position or find ways that you can succeed with your authentic feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to go necessarily do a job that is going to force you to become someone you're not. And there are positions like that. But if you can find a position that fits you and actually utilizes what's unique and special about you, that's the key. And that's why I'm so passionate about my Intentional Dreamers program, is because that's the goal, is to help people find that alignment in their life and find and create a life where the life fits them and they fit the life. So
Oh,
many of us end up in positions that just aren't right for us. And I totally understand sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right? I've
it's
done that
great
too.
as well.
But
Yeah.
just to know, yeah, but just know that you don't have to be stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
And in any situation you're in, always try to find how you can bring your own unique energy to that position to make it the best possible.
Wow.
So when I was a dean, I was on this board called the academic board. And oh my goodness, it was a crazy time. And it was very strong, powerful energy, male energy, but also females taking on male energy.
Oh,
And
wow.
people were yelling and screaming and arguing, actually, in the workplace, at a professional place. And I came in there with my very soft feminine energy because that's who I am. And I didn't want to change for the position. And someone actually told me, I think you're too soft for this position.
Oh, my.
And I was like, let's find out. And what I recognized really quickly is that my soft, gentle energy instantly calmed the room.
Yeah.
Everybody else was able to settle down. So if I had changed for that, then we would have all been screaming at each other.
No, exactly.
But
Exactly.
because I decided to stay authentic to myself, my energy was able to change the whole room. And each of us, everyone watching this, has that power as well.
Yeah, that's so, yeah, no, that's so true. You have yeah, it's action reaction. So when you're in the room and you can calm things down, that has also a tremendous value. Axel is saying, for a man who speaks from his emotion, it is also difficult. People expect that a man takes a dominant place. That's also kind of true. People are told you can only become rich when you have that, when you are dominant, or you have to be dominant, but you actually have to be yourself. Yeah, that's so true. But I think a lot
Yes.
is also about society and the way they keep up a picture perfect and expectation about female and about male. That's a huge difference. And if we speak about women and empowerment, um, I when I coach people nowadays and we speak about women and empowerment and strong women and independent women, for a man it's also very difficult to approach a woman nowadays because they don't have a clue how to approach a woman that is standing there feeling confident, having everything, being independent. And then sometimes male ask me like, how do I approach a woman like that? How do I speak to a woman like that? What can I offer a woman that is so fully herself and so empowered? And that's also something I think through society and everything that is going on. And I can imagine in the academic setting, yeah, it's also a man's world, no?
Well, luckily things are starting to change, and that is a really wonderful thing that slowly society is starting to realize that there is and can be a place for both males and females with our own unique abilities and unique energies that we can bring to any situation, any position, any circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to actually finding your own authenticity, the key is to just continuously ask yourself, tap into yourself, does this feel good to me right now? What am
Exactly.
I saying? What am I doing? How am I acting? Who am I with? Where am I right now?
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel good? Tap into your intuition. You already have all of the answers you need inside of you.
That's
And if you can listen to that voice, it will always guide you and it will never direct you in the wrong direction.
No, that's so true. And it's so important as well to know your own intentions and to know your own heart. I do it every day, like waking up, first being grateful for everything that I have, but also setting the intentions. And one of my intentions is, how can I help people today? How can I contribute? And how can I be myself and give back? So that's one of the intentions that I set every day. And from the moment that I started doing that, things started shifting as well, because you can be in some way stay closer to yourself and to your own heart. And that is actually a kind of freedom that you don't have when you're always thinking, I have to check all those boxes, I have to fill in this, and not being authentic yourself. Let's see, we have like 9 minutes. Hi, Dinesh. Thank you for joining us. So happy to see you here. Yeah, you know Dinesh as well, I assume. If you have
Yes.
any questions, we're heading for the last 8 or 9 minutes. Feel free to ask them. Maybe a personal question from me to you. Why did you choose to become a cognitive neuroscience? What, you don't wake up one day and think like, this is what I want to become. So how and why did you choose that direction?
I love that. Thank you so much. And I just want to say quickly, I saw a comment from one of my previous students actually that I taught when I was a professor. Sakshi is here. So thank you so much for that beautiful message she left. Um, so I have struggled with anxiety and panic attacks for years, as long as I can remember, even when I was a little kid. So I always wanted to know what the heck is wrong with my brain and what can I do to fix it. So that's what originally set me down this path.
Wow.
And I started studying psychology, and then I got really passionate about learning about the brain, how the brain works, how I can train my own brain to heal myself. And so I went the academic route, and I was learning a lot, but the more I learned, the more I realized we know so little about how the brain actually works. And
Exactly.
that's when I started to get interested in other things like the law of attraction. So
Mm-hmm.
I started to read the law of attraction literature and manifestation books and things like that. And I realized how much overlap there is actually. It's so interesting. Remember earlier I was talking to you about mirror neurons. We have
Mm-hmm.
brain cells that actually mirror what we see in the world, but the law of attraction also is often called the law of mirroring
Exactly.
because our internal state is reflected by our external world and vice versa. So there's so much overlap. It's crazy. And it's so interesting when I realized that this over here, ancient manifestation wisdom, has a lot of useful information. Modern neuroscience has a lot of useful information.
Mm-hmm.
And together, they can
Oh,
create
wow.
a really powerful system. Exactly.
Mm.
And so, slowly over the years, I started to create the system that I actually used on myself. And it worked so well. I have been able to get over my anxiety and my
Oh,
panic attacks. I still have panic attacks, but I was having up to 5 in one day.
oh
I
my.
mean, that's all I was doing, was just panicking all day.
My.
And now I have one maybe every 5 to 6 months.
Oh,
So my panic
huge.
attacks are way better. And I was able to do this all naturally, totally naturally,
Oh, that's
which is something that tons of doctors told me I would never be able to do. They told me, you need medication and you will be on this medication for the rest of your life.
our life. Yeah, probably.
And there is definitely a time and place for medication. I think there are some instances where it can be helpful. So I'm not saying don't do that. Listen to your doctor. But for me personally, it didn't feel right. So I was so passionate about figuring out how to heal my own brain and how to achieve my own dreams and goals that along the way I just collected all of this information and I was like, this is gold. I have to share this. I just have to.
I love
And
that.
that's why I created the Intentional Dreamers program and why I left my six-figure, very prestigious position as a dean and professor and left all that behind to start this business because
Wow.
that is just my dream
And,
now, is to share what I've learned.
and thank God for that, because I really admire
Oh, thank you.
your work. I really love what you're doing. No, I truly do. And what a story. And I also understand the thing that you're saying about the medication part, and not feeling good. You have to find a solution that works for you and that feels good. And somebody put it in a comment way before, healing people will heal others. And I think this is also your message with everything you went through, all the experiences and everything. You are now helping other people with it. So it's very beautiful. If there's one sign that you say like the law of attraction really, really works, and that was for you, the sign, what was it?
What was the sign?
Yeah, if you say like, I can imagine when you start diving in law of attraction and you start diving in neuroscience and you see everything and you're like, wow, is this real? Is this real? And how will it work? And how can I try it? Or at least that was my feeling when I bumped into the law of attraction. How can I figure out how this works? But first you have to create some sense of, can I trust it? You need some proof sometimes. So what was your kind of proof or your sign that you say like, wow, this really works, you know?
Yes, yes, yes. So for me, one of the best ways that I love to basically connect with the universe and connect with the energy that is the universe and is within me as well is
Mm-hmm.
by asking for a sign or looking for signs. And one of my favorite signs is actually the clock. So whenever I catch 11:11 on the clock, to me, that indicates that I'm on the right path. And
Oh.
this is a lot of people from the law of attraction literature say this too,
Mm-hmm.
that certain times indicate certain things. So 11:11 suggests that whatever you're doing in that exact moment when you see 11:11, that's what you should continue to do.
Oh, that's
So I was really nervous when I left my position and, I started a business and I started a YouTube channel, which was really scary.
of course.
And the day I was posting my very first YouTube video, I had it uploaded, it was ready to go, and there's this red button you have to press post. And
Oh.
I couldn't do it, Selina. I was just sitting there and I was so nervous and I couldn't do it. And I was just staring at it and staring at it and staring at it. And so finally, I took a deep breath. I was like, this is my dream. I need to do this. I closed my eyes. I pushed the button. I kid you not. When I opened my eyes, the clock said 11:11.
No.
I had no idea what time it was.
Oh,
It was 11:11.
wow. Awesome. Oh, wow. That is such an amazing story.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it was a very magical moment and it gave me confidence to know that I'm on the right path with what I was doing.
yeah. I see we have like 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. I want to thank you so very much for this live interview. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for all the tips and tricks, for all the wisdom, for all the authenticity and everything. Thank you very much. I'm so happy that you're back on Instagram as well. Do you want to say anything to our viewers as a last note?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to you because I am so grateful that you invited me on here, and I have had so much fun. I hope we can do this again, actually. I would
Yeah,
love to come back
let's
and
do
chat with
that.
you.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Amazing. And I want to thank everyone who was with us today and watching, or anyone who's watching the replay. Please reach out to myself or Selina anytime if you have any questions about
Exactly.
anything we talked about. You can pop over to my Instagram. My link is there where you can find my YouTube channel, my program, or you could DM me on Instagram. I'm always happy to connect. And the last message I would love to share is you are amazing. You are so powerful, more powerful than you know. You have everything you need inside of you to reach all of your goals and dreams. You already have all of the answers you need in your heart. You just have to tap into it and incorporate the skills and tools into your life that allow you to unlock that amazing potential that is already within you.
All right. 5 seconds remaining. Thank you very much, Naza. Thank you, everyone.